What's up, folks? Christian Emil Dacus here, digital creator and owner of Darkroom Media Studios. If you're a photographer, videographer, graphic designer, or just someone who likes to fuck around on Photoshop, well, you've come to the right place. You're watching The Darkroom. Stay tuned. All right, once again, you're in the Darkroom. I'm Christian Emil, and today I'm going to be showing you how I do high-end skin editing and retouching using a technique called frequency separation. If you'd like to join along, you're welcome to use the photo that I have here, download it from Pexels, the link is in the description below, or if you want to use your own photo, you're welcome to do so. So let's go ahead and get started and drop this into Photoshop. All right, the first thing we're going to do is duplicate the background layer. And we're just going to name this layer color. All right, now we're going to duplicate this layer once again, naming it texture. All right, once you have your two layers, you can go ahead and group those if you want to by selecting Command and selecting both, right-clicking and hitting Group Layer. We're just going to leave that as Group 1. All right, and this way you can toggle off and on so you can see your before and after. Right now they're the same, but we'll come back to that later. So go ahead and turn off your texture layer, and we're gonna work in color only. You're gonna go down to Filter, over to Blur, and down to Gaussian Blur. Now, depending on the size of your photo and the quality, this may vary, but basically what you want is to be able to see the features, but not necessarily the details. So for this photo, we'll leave it at about 24. That looks good to me. All right. Now that we're here, we're going to go ahead and toggle on that texture layer. When you click on texture, go up to image, go down to apply image. Now you're going to make sure you have color selected as well as subtract. This image should be at a scale of 2 and an offset of 128. If you want to know details about that, I'll go into that in a later video. All right, so now you're going to go up to where you see normal, click down, and we're going to do linear light. Now that you have that selected, this is your texture layer and below is your color layer. So let's go ahead and turn off the texture layer. We're working specifically in color right now. So go to your eyedropper tool. We're going to select a color of skin around the area that we want to color correct. And this is super important. If you look up at your top left-hand corner of the screen, go ahead and select 11 by 11 average. This is going to give you a general sample of the pixels, not just one particular color, so you can blend. So you're going to go ahead and select that. Go to your paintbrush. We're going to be using a soft brush. Size it to how you need it. With this process, you can be a little sloppy with it. We're just really blending the colors. We want you to take your flow all the way down to about 4, just because we don't want to overdo it. Go ahead and adjust your size as needed and get right into correcting that skin tone. Now, as you see, we're just really blending. We're keeping the color gradient about the same. Like I said, it's blurred, so you can be a little sloppy with this, and you can always come back to this layer and play with it as needed. So let's go ahead and speed this up just to show you my process. All right, now that we've gotten there, I want you to click back on your texture layer. And this is where we're going to be working strictly with the texture. So go over to Healing Brush tool. All right, and with this tool, you're just going to select an area of skin that you like. And what I like to do is start with the larger blemishes and work my way down and refine. Now, this process is a bit time consuming, so definitely take your time with it. Throw on some music, get you a snack, and kind of just get into editing. For time purposes, once again, I'm going to speed up through this process. I'll just be showing you my technique and maybe talking through some of it, just to give you some tips and tricks. Now, as I said before, guys, start general and then work your way down. You can always go back in and reapply the texture using a different area of skin. You are also welcome to go back to the color layer and continue to edit and tweak that color background. All right, now that you have a general representation of the skin and the texture, you can toggle off and on of that group layer just to see what the before and after looks like. Right now it's a little bit soft. There are things that you can do with this. You can also go back in and resample some texture. I sometimes like to lower the opacity and kind of let some of that original skin shine through. Once I do that, you can combine those layers or reduplicate those layers and go ahead and do some extra refining touches just so that you don't destroy your original layer. And you can always go back and start from where you left off. All right, and once you've done that, you can toggle back on the group layer and the original layer just to see what it's looking like. And here we have our before and after. I know that was a quick tutorial, guys, but definitely take your time with this. It's going to take you a little bit longer in real time. I just wanted to show you my technique that I use, and I think that looks pretty good. Let me know how you did in the comments below. If you like what you see here today, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and definitely follow me on Instagram for more content at Christian_email_Dacus. As always, I'll see you next week in the dark room. Peace.